us take the illustration and see how to pass the journal entries when the bills of exchange is prepared. So now coming to the illustration, Amit sold goods for rupees 20,000 to Sumit on credit on Jan 1st 2006. Amit draw a bill of exchange upon Sumit for the same amount for 3 months. Sumit accepted the bill and returned it to Amit. Sumit met his acceptance on maturity. So we have to record this particular entries in the journal in following circumstances. When the first circumstances is Amit retained the bill till the date of its maturity and collected directly. And the second case is Amit discounted the bill at 12% per annum from his bank. And the third case is Amit endorsed the bill to his creditor Ankit. And the fourth case is Amit retained the bill and on March 31st 2006 Amit sent the bill for collection to its bank. On April 5, 2006 bank advice was received. So these are the following circumstances where we have to pass the journal entry. So when coming to the case 1, he has prepared a bill and he has retained the bill with him and amount was directly collected by the person. So amount was directly collected from Sumit. So here we have two parties. When coming to the Amit, he is a person who is going to sell the goods and Sumit is a person who is purchasing the goods. So here first entry will be for the sales which is on credit. So here the date will be Jan 1st 2006. So before passing the journal entry, let us take the format here. Date, particulars, ledger folio, amount, debit amount and credit amount. So here the first entry will be when the bill was retained till its maturity. So first we are going to show the credit sale entry where it will be on Jan 1st 2006 and the entry will be Sumit account debtor to sales account and the narration will be goods sold to Sumit on credit. So Amit has sold the goods to Sumit on credit basis. Debit amount 20,000, credit amount 20,000. And next entry will be for the acceptance of the amount due from Sumit. He is going to accept the bill. For that the entry will be on the same date Jan 1st 2006. Bills receivable account debtor to Sumit account 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. And narration will be received Sumit acceptance payable after 3 months. And the next entry will be for the acceptance of amount on the maturity date. So where coming to the particular acceptance of money, the entry will be bank account debtor to bills receivable account and the narration will be Sumit met his acceptance on maturity, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. And coming to the second case, when the bill was discounted from the bank. So when bill was discounted from the bank, what are the journal entries we are going to pass? The first journal entry we are going to show is for the credit sales where the entry remains the same here. 1st Jan 2006 Sumit account debtor to sales account, narration being goods sold to Sumit on credits, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. And the next entry will be for the acceptance of the bill for 3 months. So again Jan 1st 2006 entry will be bills receivable account debtor to Sumit account 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. Narration received Sumit's acceptance 3 months. And the next entry will be for the bill discounted from bank. So where the journal entry will be bank account debtor, discount account debtor to bills receivable account. So here the bill was discounted from bank for rupees 600. Bank account debtor 19,400 where Amit is going to receive and discount account debtor where the bank is going to charge the discount amount which is 600 and to bills receivable account 20,000. So here when coming to the bank account we are going to applying the real account rule, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So 19,400 is what we are going to receive. When coming to the discount account debtor, discount has been given by the discount amount we have to pay for the bank which is expenses for us or it is a loss for us. So when coming to the discount, this will be coming in the category of nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So that's why the discount has been debited. And to bills receivable account, the total amount what we are supposed to receive is credited, and what we are receiving is 19,400, and what we are not going to receive is 600, which is a loss. So let me repeat once again. Jan 1st, bank account debtor 19,400, discount account debtor 600, and to bills receivable account 20,000. Narration: Sumit acceptance discounted with the bank. So coming to the case 3, the bill was endorsed for the creditor, who is Ankit. So here again first entry we are going to show is for the sales, and second entry we are going to show is for the acceptance of the bill for 3 months. So again the first entry will be Jan 1st 2006, Sumit account debtor to sales account. Narration: being goods sold to Sumit on credit. The amount remains the same here, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. And the second entry will be for the acceptance of the bill on the same date, Jan 1st 2006, bills receivable account debtor to Sumit account, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. And the narration will be being received Sumit's acceptance for 3 months. And the last entry will be for the endorsement of the bill in the favor of Ankit. So here the entry will be on the same date, Jan 1st 2006, Ankit's account debtor to bills receivable account, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. Narration: Sumit's acceptance endorsed in favor of Ankit. So here whatever bill the endorsed, it is in the favor of Ankit. So Ankit has been debited here to bills receivable account. And the last case we have is when the bill was sent for collection by Amit to the bank. So here the bill has been retained by the Amit, and in the last it was sent for the bank for the collection. So again here also we are going to pass the entry for the credit sales, and the second entry will be for the acceptance of the bill, and the last entry will be considered for the collection of the amount from the bank. So where the first entry will be on 1st Jan 2006, Sumit account debtor to sales account, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. Narration: being goods sold on credit for Sumit. And the second entry is for the acceptance, where again the date remains the same, and the entry will be bills receivable account debtor to Sumit account, and the narration will be Sumit received acceptance for bills payable after 3 months, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. And the next entry will be for sending the bill for the collection to the bank. So here the entry will be bank account debtor to bills sent for collection account, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit, and the narration will be bill sent for collection. So here we have altogether entries which will be made in the books of Sumit. So first entry will be when coming to the Sumit, he is going to purchase the goods. So the entry will be on the same date, 1st Jan 2006, purchases account debtor to Amit account. The narration will be being goods purchased from Amit on credits, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. And the next entry will be for the acceptance, where the journal entry will be Amit account debtor to bills payable account, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. Narration: accepted bill drawn by Amit payable after 3 months. And the last entry will be bills payable account debtor to bank account, 20,000 debit and 20,000 credit. Narration will be met pay acceptance maturity. So it means that first he is going to purchase the goods on credit, and second thing is he is going to accept the bill which should be paid after 3 months, and the third is he is going to pay the amount on the maturity of the bill. Let us take one more illustration where we have to pass the journal entries, where the illustration is on March 15, 2006, Ramesh sold goods for rupees 8,000 to Deepak on credit. Deepak accepted a bill of exchange drawn upon him by Ramesh payable after 3 months. On March 15, Ramesh endorsed the bill in favor of his creditor Poonam in full settlement of her debts for rupees 8,000 to 50. On May 15th, Poonam discounted the bill with her bank at 12% per annum. On the due date, Deepak met the bill record. On due date, Deepak met the bill. So by considering this following information, we have to pass the journal entries in the books of Ramesh, in the books of Deepak, and in the books of Poonam. So when coming to the books of Ramesh, we are going to record the sales which is on credit, and the entry will be date, particulars, ledger, folio, debit amount and credit amount. So the first entry will be for the sales which is made on credit, and the date will be 15th March 2006. Deepak account debtor to sales account 8,000 debit and 8,000 credit, and the narration will be goods sold to Deepak on credit. And the second entry will be for the acceptance of the bill, where it will be on the same date 15th March 2006. Bills receivable account debtor to Deepak account 8,000 debit and 8,000 credit. Narration will be received Deepak's acceptance for 3 months. And then the bill has been endorsed to the creditor of Deepak, who is Poonam. So here again it will be the entry here 15th March 2006. Poonam account debtor to bills receivable account 8,250 and 8,250. One more entry we are going to record is to discount received account 250. So here the discount has been received from the Poonam, where it will be recorded as income to us, so the entry will be credited. So let me repeat, Poonam account debtor 8,250 in the debit column, then again bills receivable account 8,000 and to discount received account 250, and the narration will be bill endorsed in favor of Poonam in full settlement of her debt of rupees 8,250. And let us pass the journal entries in the books of Deepak, where Deepak is going to purchase the commodities, where it will be a credit purchase for him, and again he is going to accept the bill which will be bills payable. So here the first entry will be for the credit purchase. So here the 5th March 2006, and the entry will be purchases account debtor to Ramesh account 8,000 debit and 8,000 credit. Narration will be goods purchased from Deepak on credit. And the next entry is for the acceptance of bill, where the entry will be on the same date Ramesh account debtor to bills payable account, and the 8,000 debit and 8,000 credit. Narration will be accepted Ramesh draft payable after 3 months. And the last entry will be for the payment, where the entry will be on June 18, and the entry will be bills payable account debtor to bank account. So where 8,000 debit and 8,000 credit. So the narration will be met the acceptance in favor of Ramesh on maturity. So here let me explain one point. Whenever the payment is made, the bank account will be credited. Whenever the payment is received, bank account will be debited. So in case of the particular seller, where he is going to make the sales, on the maturity is going to receive the money, where bank account will be debited. When coming to the purchasers, he has been purchased the goods on credit. On the maturity date, he has to make the payment. So at that time bank account will be credited because the cash is going outside. Now when coming to the Poonam's account, we are going to pass the journal entry here is bills receivable account debtor, discount allowed account debtor to Ramesh account. So here bills receivable account debtor 8,000 has been received by Poonam, and discount allowed account debtor 250, where Poonam has allowed a discount of rupees 250. Since it will be expense to Poonam, so the entry has been debited to Ramesh account 8,250. So the payment has been made by the Ramesh, so it will be credited here, and the narration will be Ramesh endorsed Deepak's acceptance in favor of for discharge his debt of rupees 8,250 in full settlement. Dishonor of a bill. A bill is said to have been dishonored when the drawee fails to make the payment on the date of maturity. In this situation, liability of the acceptor is resorted. Therefore, the entries made on the receipt of the bill should be reversed. For example, Anju received bill of exchange duly accepted by Manju, which was dishonored. The entries for dishonor will be as follows here, where in the books of Anju, who is a receiver, when the bill was accepted by Anju with her till maturity. So, where the journal entry will be Manju's account debtor to bills receivable account. When the bill had been endorsed by Anju in favor of Sandhya. So, where the journal entry will be Manju's account debtor to Sandhya's account. And when the bill was discounted by Anju with his bank, where the entry will be Manju's account debtor to bank account. So, then when the bill was sent for collection by Anju, and the entry will be Manju's account debtor to bill sent for collection account. So, by considering all these following entries, let us take one illustration and we will pass the same entries in the particular journal book. So, where the illustration will be on Jan 1st 2006, Sahiba sold goods to Vishal for rupees 10,000 and draw upon him a bill of exchange for 2 months. Vishal accepted the bill and returned it to the Sahiba. On the date of maturity, the bill was dishonored by Vishal. When coming to the particular illustration, the case here is the goods were sold by the Sahiba and it was purchased by Vishal, where Vishal has accepted the bill. He is going to pay after 2 months. After 2 months on the maturity date, he has dishonored the bill. He has not paid the amount. And we have the following cases here. By considering the following cases, we have to pass the journal entries. So, case 1 is when the bill kept by Sahiba till its maturity, and the second case is when the bill is discounted by Sahiba for rupees 200, and the another case is when the bill is endorsed to Lal Chand by Sahiba. So, when coming to the case 1, when the bill was kept by Sahiba till its maturity. So, now coming to the journal entry, the format will be date, particulars, ledger folio, debit amount and credit amount. So, whenever coming to the bills of exchange here, first we have to show whether it is a credit purchase or whether it is a credit sales. And the second thing we are going to show is whether the bill has been accepted or not. So, the first entry will be for the credit sale which is made by Sahiba to Vishal. So, here, Vishal is a person who is going to purchase the goods from Sahiba on credit. So, whenever the goods were sold for a particular person on credit, the person's name will be debited instead of cash. So, here the entry will be on 1st Jan 2006, Vishal account debtor to sales account 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. Narration being goods sold to Vishal on credit. And the second entry will be on the same date for the acceptance of bill. So, here bills receivable account debtor to Vishal account 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit, and the narration will be being acceptance received by Vishal for the payment of bill after 2 months. And the next entry will be where the bill has been dishonored. The entry will be reversed here. So, the entry will be Vishal account debtor to bills receivable account 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. So, the narration will be Vishal dishonored his acceptance. So, when coming to the case 2, when the bill was discounted by Sahiba. So, here the first entry as usual we are going to show for the credit sales, and the second entry will be for the acceptance, and the third entry will be for bill discounted. So, when coming to the credit sales, entry remains the same here, again Jan 1st 2004, and the entry will be Vishal account debtor to sales account, and the narration will be being goods sold to Vishal on credit 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. And the second entry we are going to show for the acceptance of bill on the same date, bills receivable account debtor to Vishal account, in narration being received acceptance from Vishal for the bill drawn for 2 months, 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. And the next entry will be for the discounted bill here. So, where the bank account will be debited and discount account will be debited because it is an loss here. So here the entry will be bank account debtor, discount account debtor. So bank account debtor is 9,800, discount account debtor 200, and to bills receivable account 10,000. Narration will be Vishal bill discounted from bank. And the last entry will be for the dishonored bill, where the entry will be reversed again here. So on March the entry will be Vishal's account debtor to bank account 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. And the narration will be Vishal bill dishonored on his acceptance. And coming to the case 3, when the bill was endorsed by Sahiba to Lal Chand. So again, when coming to this case also, first we have to show the credit sales, then we have to show the acceptance of the bill, then we are going to endorse the bill, and again the bill has been dishonored. The last entry will be for the dishonor of bill. And the first entry will be for the credit sales, Vishal account debtor to sales account, being goods sold to Vishal on credit 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. And the second entry will be for acceptance, bills receivable account debtor to Vishal account, narration being acceptance given by Vishal for the bill drawn for 2 months, 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. And third entry will be for endorsement, where the bill was endorsed to Lal Chand. So Lal Chand will be the receiver now, he will be debited. So here Lal Chand account debtor to bills receivable account 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. So here the narration will be Vishal's acceptance endorsed in favor of Lal Chand. And the last entry will be for the dishonored bill, where the entry remains the same again, Vishal account debtor to Lal Chand account 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. And the narration will be endorsed bill dishonored by Vishal, where as in the books of Vishal the following entries will be recorded, where the Vishal will be the purchaser. So here the first entry will be for the purchase, and the second entry will be for the acceptance of the draft. So when coming to the first entry, Jan 1st, purchases account debtor to Sahiba account, narration purchased goods from Sahiba on credit 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. And the second entry will be for the acceptance of bill, or it will be called as draft, Sahiba's account debtor to bills payable account 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit. And the narration will be accepted Sahiba's draft. And third entry will be for the dishonored bill, where the entry will be bills payable account debtor to Sahiba's account, and the narration will be acceptance in favor of Sahiba, dishonored 10,000 debit and 10,000 credit.